What up, dudes? It's your boy Isaac, and apparently YouTube is blocking monetization for a number of different subscribers. Now, let's look at something real quick. I'm on the YouTube terms and conditions right now, and it says advertiser-friendly content guidelines. Advertiser-friendly content is content that is appropriate for all audience. It has little to no inappropriate or mature content in the video stream thumbnail or metadata, such as in the video title. If the video does contain inappropriate content, the context is usually newsworthy or comedic, and the creator's intent is to inform or entertain, not to offend or shock. Okay, well, so far I'm not really seeing what all the uproar is. I know there's a lot of people on YouTube who like to offend and shock, but why should they actually get paid to do that? As far as freedom of speech go, they still have the right to do it. It's just that, YouTube shouldn't have the right to pay them. And then on top of that, you should also consider that advertisers basically don't want to put their property, their items on a sketchy video that's all about agenda. Okay, we already deal in a society now where there's so much separatism as it is. So I don't get what the problem is so far, but let's continue reading. Maybe I'm missing something that Philip DeFranco was talking about, because I just saw his video. Content that is considered inappropriate for advertising. Okay, now we're getting to the nitty-gritty. Content that is considered not advertiser friendly includes, but is not limited to, the following: sexually suggestive content including partial nudity and sexual humor, violence including display of serious injury, events related to violent extremism, okay, inappropriate language including harassment, profanity, and vulgar language, okay, promotion of drug and regulated substances including selling, use, and abuse of such items, okay, controversial or sensitive subjects and events including subjects related to war, political conflicts, natural disasters, and tragedies, even in the graphic imagery is not shown. If any of the above describes any portion of your video, then the video may not be approved for monetization. If monetization is approved, your video may not be eligible for all available ad formats. YouTube reserves the right to not monetize a video, as well as suspend monetization features on channels that repeatedly submit videos violating our policies. Okay, well, I hate to say it to a lot of people who's upset. Well, if you're upset with the way the policy is and you're making money off of these things that infringe on the policy, that's not taken away from your freedom of speech. You still would be able to do it for the most part. You're just not going to get paid for it. Now, again, a lot of people confuse freedom of speech with consequence. Freedom of speech only protects you from having to actually deal with criminal ensuings, but it doesn't protect you from consequence. Don't forget that. It does actually say below this, though, like best practices for creating advertiser-friendly content. Remember, context is key. We understand that high-quality content isn't always sanitized, especially when it comes to real-world issues. If your video has graphic material in it, you can help make it advertiser-friendly by providing context. Use these best practices to successfully monetize your content on YouTube. Do follow YouTube's policy guidelines. Okay. Do use a title and thumbnail for your video that represent the content. Okay, so no clickbaits, basically. That's good. Do create content that appeals to brand advertisers looking to engage with your content. This can increase the chances of finding an advertiser sponsor for your channel. That's a lot of a thing that people don't really understand. That advertisers basically, they want to make money too, and they're not going to do that off of controversial crap. Yeah, controversial crap get a lot of views, but it's so easy to basically say something controversial just to get views. Make it a challenge. Don't use explicit language or imagery in your title or thumbnail. That's doable as well. We now live in an environment where anybody can use YouTube. And then you also got to think of the children, man. There's a lot of people on YouTube who shouldn't be seeing that stuff anyway. If you actually want to post stuff that's really, heavy like that, go ahead. Just know that you're probably not going to get paid for it now. I'm sorry. And then last, it says, don't embed promotions for your own sponsors in your videos, since this can create advertiser conflict. All right, simple enough. Well, I hate to say it, but unless there's another website you guys can go and get paid, maybe you guys consider doing podcasts or streaming for all those people who's upset by this shakeup. I honestly don't see anything wrong. I just see that there's a business who's basically trying to actually, There's got to be regulations, because we've learned in this day and age that without regulation, people can get away with a lot of stupid stuff. Just look at what they did to Leslie Jones and dehumanized her. Just look at what happens on a day-to-day basis with trolls. If we basically had people who basically respect one another, and we probably wouldn't have so many rules, but here we are. And I'm okay with it. And that's just my personal opinion. I know you guys may not be okay with it, and I know that this may affect some people's livelihoods, but that's just the way it is. If you want to actually go out there and do something outside of YouTube, do it. But don't expect the company to pay you because, they changed the way their guidelines are. I mean, companies have the right to do that. And it's not like they're doing it right out the blue. I mean, YouTube's been around for years, so you got to expect change. Anyways, I'm out. Sorry for the rant. I hope this don't get taken down. Later, dudes.